No excuses. Dallas Cowboys season is coming up, and I couldn't be more excited. We start preseason Saturday against San Diego. So before all the festivities start and we get excited by seeing our guys get on the field and get after it, I need to make this video. And this is not going to be a pom-pom cheerleading video that will be coming down the road when I'm all into the games. This is about the expectations that the Dallas Cowboys have, not just by the fans and the media, but of themselves. And this is a video for Dallas Cowboys fans. Giants, Redskins, Eagles fans, you guys can watch. I mean, that's fine with me, but your opinion really doesn't matter here. Because this is about the guys that do matter, and that's the Dallas Cowboys. This is a team that went 13-3 last season, and then when the playoffs came around, lost. At home, after having a bye. Number 1 seed. That's inexcusable. It can't happen. If this team wants to be remembered down in history as an awesome team, which they are, talented and successful, they've got to be that. They can't start destroying people in the regular season and then take a seat back when the playoffs come around. This team, put together by Jerry Jones, is one of the most talented squads we've ever had in Dallas. You've got Tony Romo at quarterback, one of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL. Others can make fun of him or whatever with his playoff performances so far, or his name rhymes with homo, whatever. But they know deep down, this guy is an elite, great quarterback in this game right now. You've got Terrell Owens, one of the best playmakers in the game right now, at wideout. You've got Jason Witten, which is the best tight end in the game. You've got the biggest offensive line with Leonard Davis, Andre Gerard, Mark Colombo, Flozell Adams. You've got Marion Barber in the backfield, who not only scores touchdowns and eats up time, but likes to tear someone's head off in the process. You've got a defense led by DeMarcus Ware, who I believe is going to be the number 1 pass rusher this coming season. He only gets better every single season, and that's not going to change. You've got a secondary that has been revamped this offseason. You still got Henry, you still got Newman, and you add Jones and Jenkins. So there's no excuse for, well, the secondary screwed it up. The secondary should not screw it up. There is no part of this team that should screw it up. If this team loses, if this team doesn't win the Super Bowl, then I don't know where to put this team in history. This team will be one of the greatest chokes of all time. We better be happy that the Patriots went into the Super Bowl 18-0 and lost. Because if they weren't that good, we were the second biggest joke last year. I mean, I'm not talking about within us. I'm talking about around all other fans. They loved it. Everyone loved seeing the Cowboys lose after going 13-3. It's the funniest thing in the world. And we're the second biggest joke of the season last year. All right? Now we come into this season, losing no one that was of any value. And we add to it. So do you think the expectations are going to be a little bit higher? Yeah. And I don't want to see, last year, the New York Giants were the little team that could. They weren't supposed to do anything last year. They rallied together as a team. It was a great soap opera, whatever, and they beat us, beat Green Bay, beat Tampa, and won the Super Bowl against the 18-0 Patriots. Congratulations. All right? The thing about that Super Bowl is that more people are going to remember that for the Patriots losing than the Giants winning. Now you look at Dallas. Dallas is not the little team that could. Dallas is not a Cinderella story. Dallas is built to be a steamroller. We've filled every gap or every weakness we should have had. So when we go through this season, there should be no excuse for being successful during the regular season, securing a number 1 spot, and then following through in the playoffs. Not just winning the division or winning a playoff game, but winning the Super Bowl. Winning the Super Bowl. Now, yeah, that's the typical Dallas Cowboy, isn't it? We're going to win the Super Bowl this year. Big D in 43. There's no reason this team shouldn't win the Super Bowl. Big D in 43. Whatever you want to say about it. The rest of the division is working up to catch up with us. Even though the New York Giants won the Super Bowl last year, they're working to catch up with us. And of course, the Redskins and Eagles are working to catch up with us. So Dallas, once again, are the big dogs. And once again, anything less than number one is a failure. We don't get to have moral victories, or we don't get to have anything like that. It's Super Bowl or bust. Now, I like what I've seen from camp. With all the Brett Favre fiasco, ESPN hasn't been carrying a lot of Dallas Cowboys stuff. So I've got to listen to guys who know what they're talking about. Brad Sham, Mickey Spagnola, David Smoke. Watching them talk about it. Guys that know the Cowboys. Not guys on ESPN who just like it because, oh, look at all the stars. These guys know what they're talking about. From what I've heard, I like what I'm hearing from Dallas camp. A lot of competition going on. A lot of guys wanting to prove that they can do their job. A lot of backup guys who are really coming through. So that's awesome. That's great. But if it doesn't translate on the field, this team will be the number one joke in the NFL. Because this is how it works. It's what have you done for me lately? Last year, Dallas won 13 games. The last game that they played, we lost. And that's what everybody remembers. You bring up the Dallas Cowboys right now, everybody remembers the team that choked it away. As I said earlier, we were the second biggest joke last year, next to the New England Patriots. Because when you set the bar up high and you don't reach it, even though those teams may be down here, I mean, listen to all the Redskins and Eagles fans. I mean, you can sit there and bring up their teams and be like, but you went 13-3. That's because they have lower standards than we do. The Eagles went 8-8. They still made fun of the Cowboys fans. Why? Because our team went 13-3 and lost in the playoffs. Because their team couldn't make it to the playoffs. Well, they're just not any good. They're not as good as us. And we didn't live up to our expectations. They lived up to their expectations. The Redskins, they were happy just to get in. And you see what happened. No one even does anyone talk about them losing to the Seahawks? Everybody pretty much knew they were going to lose to the Seahawks. It was us. It's all on us. Even though the Giants won the Super Bowl, the focus is on Dallas. So Cowboys, there's no excuse this season. And I'm sick of watching this talent that Jerry Jones put together. He's done the best job he can do. It's on the players now and the coaching staff. So this coming season, it better be a Super Bowl win. Or I don't know what this team's going to happen, or where this team's going to fall in history. And that's just real. So Dallas, am I going to sit here and say Big Dean 43, we're going to the Super Bowl? Yeah. Not just because I'm confident, because that's the way it's supposed to be. So Cowboys fans, let's get ready for this season, and let's hope our guys will take it. I really do believe these guys are taking it even more seriously than last year. Let's see if it translates on the field. Maybe a little better videos later on, but that's how the way it sits. We may not have been the Super Bowl the defending champs from last year, but it sure does seem like it, doesn't it? Think about that. See you guys later.